It's been a long time since I've ridden an elevator, so I thought I'd get in one and talk about my experiences with riding elevators in the past. This is a big one! Wow! Wow. So when I was in third grade, I had a classmate who was in a wheelchair, and he had a key to use the elevator. And I got really fascinated with getting to see the inside of that elevator. I wanted to ride it so badly. I asked my classmate if he would let me borrow the key for just one ride. But he's a very good kid. He refuses. Let me get the door closed. He's a good kid, and he refuses to break the rules like that. And I just got really fascinated because I wasn't allowed to ride the elevator. You know, if I could freely ride the elevator, we used to have elevators at the shopping mall. This was back in the days when people actually went to the shopping mall. They didn't click a few buttons and had stuff arrive at their door, right? Sometimes my dad would take me to his office and we would ride the elevators there. See, that never fascinated me because I could freely ride those elevators. But the one in the school really fascinated me because I wasn't allowed to ride it. And but my classmate, he's very well behaved. He wasn't expecting to live to be 30 years old, but today he's 35 years old and still alive. Good health, I would say. And probably because he follows the rules. Now, my other classmate, he's not disabled, but he used to break all sorts of rules. By the time he was 21, he was already in jail multiple times, so that's the kind of kid he was. So we were in third grade, and one day, he screams for me to make a run for the elevator because the door had opened, and he was standing right next to the door. And he held the door for me to make a run for it. And I made a run for the door, but little did I know you also needed a key inside the elevator to get it to move. And so, really disappointing. Now, his name is Craig. When I was a kid, I had speech problems. English was my second language. I couldn't say Craig. So I just called him the elevator guy. And long after he had forgotten why he was the elevator guy, I was still calling him the elevator guy. We didn't see each other for 3-4 years at one point. And when I saw him again, I said, "Hey, elevator guy." He didn't recognize that, and I had to remind him of the story of why he was the elevator guy. Now, he has 2 younger brothers, and he's the oldest brother of the 3. And so the second younger brother, I call him the escalator guy because he's like a smaller version of the older brother. And the youngest one I call the stairs guy. Just to poke fun about them being so similar to one another. Now, fast forward 15 years later, now I'm at a conference for my PhD work. It was in Taiwan. And I was really nervous about that conference, not because of the talk, but because there was a girl that I liked at the conference. And I was so nervous that I wandered around the building in Taipei, riding the escalators up and down, just to calm my nerves. And finally, I talked to the girl, but discovered that we had some religious differences, but it was still a nice conversation. So even to this day, I still ride elevators and escalators a lot to calm my nerves, especially here at the grocery store where nobody wants to use it anyway. It's a great place to record a video, right?